Hello, I'm NiqueHeart, and welcome to my story about my time at VidCon this year. As you can see from the title, some bad things happened, but thankfully it all ended out for the good. So, how it started. It was the Friday, Friday, day of VidCon. I had 2 different meet and greets at 12 p.m. Because I had grabbed an extra one because they had like the extra wristbands slash they added them because I originally had the Gabby show, and then Anthony Padilla also got some extra ones. What? I'm making my video, leave me alone. And then Anthony Padilla had, added his because he wasn't a part of Smosh anymore, which I had also gotten that. So I was like, yes, I need to see him too because I love him too. So the plan was in order to be able to see both of them was to get in line for the meet and greets at 11 so I could get a good spot in one of the lines and then be able to see both of them, because originally I had thought they wouldn't let people in the lines anymore at like 1:30. Yeah, I think that's the right time because it's like an hour and a half. So I got in line. It was really long. It went like around like 3 different corners. I was in line. I got in there. Anthony's line was pretty long, and then Gabby's line was pretty long. So I decided I'd just get in Gabby's first. So I'm in line. I'm waiting. It's almost 12, people are getting excited because they're going to be coming out soon. Some people have been coming out. I started getting these weird feelings though randomly, and I didn't know why. I thought I heard someone say something like how the Gabby show's in line 6, and I'm like, I'm in line 8. Shouldn't she be in 8? So, but I was like, that's fine. People seem like they're still saying like she, so hopefully we're good. It's getting closer. I hear line 6 start like chanting something. It sounded like they said Gabby, but then it also sounded like maybe it said Abby. So again, I was starting to get worried a little bit. And then there, all of a sudden the guys in the line next to us is like, what was it, like JC and Kean? I don't know, I don't know. They come out, people in my line are like freaking out. And I just like say to the girl, I'm so irrelevant. Who are they? And it's like, well, one of them is Andrea Russett's ex-boyfriend. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really know who that is either, really. And then she gives me this weird look. I'm a little confused. And then I look over at line 6, and I see Gabby come out. I'm standing there, looking at my wristband that says line 8. And I'm very confused. So I quick say to the girl in front of me, like, hey, whose line is this? And she's like, well, it's Andrea Russett's. I'm like, they gave me the wrong line number. I'd been waiting in line for an hour for the wrong person. So I get out of line. I go to one of the security volunteer people. I'm like, hey, they gave me the wrong number. What do I do? So they're like, oh, just go upstairs, come back, you'll be fine. I'm like, okay. So, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm not gonna have enough time to see both anymore because, again, I thought you couldn't get in the lines again after 1:30. It's already like almost 12:30. These lines are long now because, I didn't get there early anymore now, technically speaking. So I would go into Anthony's line because I'm like, well, I might as well just go in this one. And it's a really long line. It's going real slow. I'm like texting my mother. Yes, I was 22 years old, and my mother came with me because I don't want to go alone, and she was willing to go. And it's a long way from home because I'm in Michigan. Anyways, I'm texting my mom like, what do I do? And she says, just go up, get it now. while you're waiting. I'm like, alright. So I go run up there. I'm upset. I get there. Like, as I'm like running into the line, I see my mom talking to a person up there, and I'm about to go up there, and some other volunteer's like, hey, what do you need? I'm like, oh, you know, they gave me the wrong number for my thing. He's like, oh, you just go over to this table over there. And I'm like thinking, my mom's over there, but okay. So I go. The lady's like, no, you don't go over here, go up there. I'm like, okay. I get up there, they switch the numbers, I get out. I'm crying at this point because I'm so stressed out. And I feel like I'm not going to get to see both of them anymore now. So I go, I get down there. They let my mother come with this time because they think she's a chaperone, which I guess technically, but whatever. And then I have her wait in the Anthony line for me. And then I get in Gabby's line. I wait in line, and thankfully I make it up. And I got to meet Gabby, as you can see from our photos. So that was stressful. My mother ended up coming over to my line because she's like, yeah, it's hardly moving. They're almost done. The guy, I made friends with the guy in the line, volunteer line. He's like, yeah, I'll let people still get in line as long as there's a line. So I got to get in that line too. I was the last person in the line. I got to meet Anthony as well, which was really nice. And since it was his first solo line and I was the last person, he broke the rule and he took a picture and he signed my thing. And it was really good. Like, it definitely helped make a bad situation really good. So even though it was extremely stressful, I was very grateful for it because it did still give me a good time. And then it was almost like 2:30 at that point, and then I had a Thomas Sanders meet and greet, so we just like got in line for that right away. So then I got to meet Thomas Sanders, which was great. And then after that, there's the $1 Million But Live, which was amazing. I had a scenario planned out because I knew at their last live event they did that. So I got a scenario ready for it because in case they were going to ask people, and they did. And so I got to tell my scenario to Bernie Burns, and he laughed at it because he thought it was really funny. He had a little minor tweak to it. But then he picked it, so then I got to actually like say my scenario to all of these YouTubers, and it was just great. And then I also just got the game for free, which was amazing. My roommate, who was actually the one that introduced me to Rooster Teeth and all that, she was a little salty against me, but it was good. She was very jealous, and I ended up bringing that game to her birthday party last Friday, and then we played it, which ended up working out. She already had it, but she had it packed away, so she didn't have to go look for it. We just played mine, and I won. So, yeah, that's part of my VidCon experience from this year. As you can see from behind me, I went last year. It was amazing as well. I went this year. It was amazing. I would love to keep going. But since I just graduated, I have a lot more free time, so I can do like other kinds of conventions that I've wanted to do, so I might choose those over VidCon. I don't know, I'd love to keep going, but that is it for now for today's story time. Love you all. Show love, not hate, and be nice to each other. Pretty sure that's actually another YouTuber's outro. Not bad. Okay, bye!